Are we unmuted? All right, very good. All right, thank you. This is the Richland County Public Safety Standing Committee. It is a little bit after 8:30, but we are now going to get started. We do have quorum, it looks like. So if we could do a roll call, please.
Manning. Turk. Cosgrove.
Here.
Frank.
Here.
Severson.
Present.
Fleming. Here. You have more for forms, sir.
Great, thank you very much. Item number 3, verification of open meetings law compliance. Have we met the requirements?
It was properly noticed, sir.
Yes, and I did see it downstairs. Wonderful. Approval of agenda. We have a 12-point agenda. Looking for approval of that. And Cosgrove motion for that.
Second.
Fleming second. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? All right, hearing none, moved as approved. Moving on to item number 5, approval of the minutes from the October 3rd, 2025 meeting. Had a chance to look at that. Looking for a motion to approve those. Fleming motion, Cosgrove second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That is approved. Moving on, public comment. Item number 6, public comment. Anybody in the room? First of all, public comment. Okay, nobody in the room. Anybody online? Public comment? For public comment, anybody online? Hearing none, moving on to reports. Reports, item number A, Sheriff Department activities and monthly bills. Sheriff Porter.
For October, we had 55 bookings in the month, 30 inmates for average population in the jail, 414 complaints, 59 citations issued, 19 civil process papers served, and 13 transports on the month. Average number on electronic monitoring was 2. For monthly activity, we had 702 calls for service in the dispatch center, 98 calls for EMS, 156 calls for the police department, and 20 calls for the fire department, Richland Center Fire Department. I don't have bills for this month. Again, we've been doing the bills. I do the bills weekly. Not mistaken, we had talked about maybe bringing some sort of report forward for that every month. And I don't have one this month, but I'll make a note for next month that we get something. Since our last meeting, I do have kind of a fleet update. We are having difficulty with both of our F-150s. One of them is going to be done and out of service. That has a bad engine in it. And I'm afraid the other one's probably going to be in the same boat. They have that 3.5 EcoBoost. We did some major timing repairs on the one probably a little over a month ago now, and now the engine's toast. So, and then the other one is having timing issues as well, and I'm afraid it's probably beyond just the timing issues, kind of like the first one was. So, hoping we can get a rush on some new squads. We weren't planning, we had just sold our 3 spares that were sitting on an impound, not knowing that we were probably going to end up needing them. So we're down to our 2 backups, and our 2 backups are probably going to be in service as primary squads now. I do have bids out for squad cars. Bids are due on Monday. And I believe so far we've gotten 3 responses on the bid process. So we're doing pretty good in that aspect. Just hopefully we can get the cars ordered and here sooner rather than later. Also, since the last meeting, we've had a conditional offer for a part-time employee, Aaron Frederick. We interviewed him last week. Yeah, we interviewed him last week and extended him a conditional offer, which he accepted. We're just going through the those final steps of the process to get him on board with us. He's currently a student at Southwest Tech, but he's looking to put in some hours with us and help us out.
Any questions for the sheriff?
the turnaround time once a bid is awarded for those vehicles? In the past, it was like quite a while after,
So,
and then to outfit that vehicle with all the equipment, that takes a little bit of time too.
yeah, so the Dodges have been relatively quick. In the last couple years, they've been here so last year they were here probably within 2.5, 3 months of ordering. I'm not sure how Fords are because we haven't ordered Fords in a while now. And then I think as far as the upfitting and stuff like that, it's pretty well, like if we know we have the cars ordered and we can talk with the upfitters and say, hey, cars are on the way. We want them, let's say we want them built up just like we did last year and get everything ordered. In theory, the parts to build them probably could be here by the time the cars are here. So we just need to make sure we know who we want to go with for upfitting and get the stuff on the way. So it's taken us a long time to get the squads in service once we've received them in the past because we've not had all the parts in place to build them when they've gotten here. So we can expedite that a little bit.
And in the event that you do have more squads go down, would you go back to sharing squads in the event for a while?
We would try and find a convenient way for people to share them, whether it be, you know, we have a couple people that leave their car here on their days off. That's the beauty of our schedule right now is that, you know, in that event, somebody can just leave their car here when they're not working and then the other person can come get it. Or they can make a meet and exchange at residences or whatever, but yeah.
Which also then adds the extra miles to that vehicle,
It
which then
does.
shortens the life of that vehicle, which then starts
It
our
does.
whole snowball.
Yeah, we go back to where they're just running constantly, yeah.
I was just making sure that we got enough for a response if there was an emergency or whatever.
Yeah, we'll make it work. It's, you know, it's not ideal, but we can make it work.
Okay. Other questions for the sheriff? Hearing none, moving on to the coroner's report and departmental activities. I see there is a note in the packet on the coroner's report. Available for you to review and available to the public. Any questions on that? Appreciate Jim getting that to us. All right, no further questions on that. Moving on to the circuit court judge. Item number C under reports. Do we have anything from the judge today?
Yes, the judge wants to extend a huge thank you to those who helped out with Justice on Wheels. I mean, that was a big undertaking and it took multiple departments really to put it together. I mean, not just from maintenance to setting up things like a curtain, you know, IT, Trish did, you know, tremendous amount of help and putting this together. So thank you to everyone who took part in that to make it successful. It was a big community event. Otherwise, you know, the judge just has her everyday busy calendar. Sometimes we don't have enough space to put on an emergency hearing. We have to do it before hours or at 4:30 in the afternoon because the calendar is so full. But that's pretty much from the judge's side.
Okay. And I would like to thank Stageworks LLC with the curtain that was downstairs. I think that it worked out really good. So they donated that in. I want to give them a thanks out for that. So, all right. Anything else? Any questions then? Judge report. Moving on to the courthouse security report that they met. Do we have anything new on that? They met the
I
last.
think the next meeting's in December.
Yeah. Nothing new on that at this point then. All right. Moving on to the clerk of court department activities. Anything from the clerk of court today?
Good morning. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Stacy. Yeah.
Coming through on two sources there.
Go ahead. We can hear you.
But is there an echo?
Very small.
Okay. So as just to add to what Jenny just said, a huge thank you to everyone who helped with Justice on Wheels. We've gotten some fantastic feedback from the Supreme Court offices and been asked to kind of delineate what went well, what they would what we would suggest for improvements because they're hoping to now continue this program, having started it back up. And as you know, they hadn't been doing it for some years. So it was an honor for it to be held in Richland County, and due to everybody's hard work on this end and the work that we did with those folks, it was very well received. There were about 300 people that were able to be in attendance. 140 of those were students from the area, and their teachers were also very pleased with the opportunity that it provided for education. So that was really a very big day for Richland County. Clerk of Court staff recently completed their annual cybersecurity training. That's something that we do through the state of Wisconsin Circuit Court. We do it more than just once a year, but this was the particular annual designated training and certification. So that's complete. It helps staff be very vigilant and not put the county or the state court system at risk for cyber attacks that come in the way of specialized phishing, and not with a F, with a PH phishing attempts, how to identify fraudulent links, how to identify email strings that are not quite right. So I think that's an important thing, and it's a model that the state has kind of set up, and it keeps the court system secure. I think that maybe the county does something similar to that now. I hope that they do. Legislatively, just an update of some of the stuff that I work on. I'm still working on Assembly Bill AB 320, which also has a Senate counterpart bill. We're working on getting legislative sponsors from both sides of the aisle. We have a lot of Republican co-sponsors to this bill, and so now we're working to get Democrats, senators throughout the state to buy into it as well. We've had meetings with various legislators and with the Wisconsin Counties Association by our side, and have kind of tried to find some common ground on other bills that relate. But the main one is still going to be the fees bill, which hopefully, if we can get passed, will have a lasting impact, positive impact for this county and for all of Wisconsin's counties, and a lasting impact. So I'm open to whatever questions you guys have.
And a very good Justice on Wheels program. I thank you for putting the time and effort into that. I think it was a really good effect on the community and what people see. And great to see the kids that wanted to come and understand that. So questions for Stacy? Questions for the clerk? Hearing none, Stacy, thank you. Anything else?
Thank you very much. I'm going to sign off and continue working. So,
all right.
Okay.
Great. Thank you. Under reports, F, register and probate. Register and probate today?
Well, our office is always busy, just trying to keep up. We're under budget, so that's a good thing. You know, we get a bill, we try to collect on it from outside sources. So, I mean, there's nothing major to report, just keeping up with all the guardianships and trying to close out old probate cases that are from years ago. Getting those people into court and saying, what's going on here? We need to move on. That's all I have.
And again, I think, I don't know if I mentioned this last meeting, I did not realize you also help handle things that are outside of the state that need documentation from here for probate in other states.
We can,
We
yes.
ran into just recently. So another piece of your job I did not understand. So thank you for handling those things. Anything else for the register and probate? Any questions, topics? All right, hearing none, moving on to district attorney.
So there's always a lot going in my office, but not programmatically that can be reduced to the comments in this committee. Lots of cases, lots of things. substantive things going on. But programmatically, the budgets are done, which is usually the programmatic things that take up our time for most of the summer, both for the county and for the state. That's done. Yay, we're happy about that. The good news, though, from yesterday is treatment court, which has been going on now since I think 2017, 2018. It's been, even I would admittedly have to say that it's been extremely successful. We were approved to use opioid funds yesterday through, I'll call it the HHS committee. I'm sure it has a more formal committee name than that. Yesterday to use some opioid settlement funds to go to the national conference with the core treatment team. There's certain people that have to be on the treatment team in order to get TAG grants, which we get every year. I'm sure that you're all familiar with the monetary underpinning of that, but it's about $20,000 to go to the national conference. All of the surrounding counties, treatment courts have gone previously. They've gone on for years. Some of the other counties have gone more than once. And so now we have the opportunity with the opioid funds, which are not county funds, but from the opioid settlement, to go to that. So that was approved yesterday. Pretty quickly, unanimously, without much discussion. So I'm hoping when it comes to the full board that will be approved at that time as well. So
Excellent.
otherwise, that's what I know
All right,
officially.
officially. All right, any questions for the district attorney then? Thank you. Okay, hearing none, moving on, emergency management.
Nothing new to report?
Nothing new to report?
Nope.
Okay. We have a job description?
That's on executive.
That's not executive, all right. Get my positions here, sorry, Tom. All right, very good. Moving on then to the PSAP NG 911 grants. Been awards on that yet for the PSAP?
Yes, we got an award on just the PSAP.
Correct.
Yeah, so we got an award on the PSAP grant. We were just found out yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And so, yeah, and so we're looking to start probably the planning on getting that in place. So we had put in some new dispatch furniture and some other things for that, so.
Anything, did everything get approved? Did you?
I don't think everything was approved in it.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. Okay, very good. And the GIS grant will be coming out hopefully by the first of the year. So that's going through a revision, and I passed that information on some of the criteria on to Julie, so they can start preparing and looking for that. So, all right, any questions on the grant? Any idea how much the award was that you ended up with?
I don't think I got the award email.
Ish, I'm just curious, so that everyone knows what. We can go back to that, I just. Show the committee. Radio tower update, I should, multitasking you now, aren't I? I don't need to do that, sorry.
All right, the state awarded us $69,762.18.
Just under 70.
Yep.
All right, very good. Any questions on the PSAP grant? All right, moving forward, the radio tower update. Anything new with that we need to delve into?
Still plugging along. Yuba's moving along pretty good.
Yep.
Site completion. I think they're thinking in the next couple of weeks the civil work will be done. One of the big hangups from Gen Com was the microwaves. We did get notice though on Wednesday that they have been shipped. So I did talk with Gary yesterday. He's hoping that the rest of November that Gen Com and the tower crews can work together on installing the antennas and the microwaves. In December, we'll focus on reprogramming all of the supporting or the different agencies' program radios. The first 2 weeks of December, Gen Com is really planning on configuring the network. Start testing the network on December 15th, have a fully working system on December 31st, and then work on the cutover in January. And then complete the full testing in the summer of 26.
And I think the thought was to put us on one of the channels, probably mid-December.
Yes.
And have us start looking for problems in the system.
Right, that'll be critical.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're gonna put us on law, if they're gonna put us on one of the ops channels, but they were gonna put us on one of the channels and have us start operating on it for a while before we cut everybody else.
Excellent.
I know with the government shutdown and the FCC being able to make approvals that might, it won't delay the system, but might delay the ability to use a couple of the new channels.
What effects that has. All right, any questions on the radio tower update? It's coming along close. Excellent. All right, moving on, number 8, discussion and possible action, approval to accept the 2026 EPCRA grant award. What is it, Ann?
Emergency Planning Community Right to Know Act, which is what funds LEPC.
Okay,
So, I understand that we have to, at the very least, run it through the committee and then get an approval to accept the grant award. Am I right, Trish?
If there's county match that has to be.
Yeah, there's no county match for this, but the money would be coming into the Richland County budget.
Okay.
I think in years past, under Victor Vlasic, I remember Darren was told that under no circumstances can he accept any grant, match or no match without
Was
approval
approved
from the
about
committee.
that at one point, so.
Is that?
Right.
Approval
I
of
think
the
that-
county board, yeah.
County board is
That's
what
the
it
way
was.
it was, yes.
Yeah, so I think that's changed since then, but in any case.
That way there was documentation to show that that money come in there and that there was, you could document or have a paper trail.
Which,
That's
yeah,
just
to me
randomly
that,
show up and then there's money leaving and we didn't, we
right,
didn't prove that the money was gone.
so that would be a
Or where
matter
did
of
it go?
tracking the funding on the side.
Right, and a lot of the grants require approval from somebody, always do, but. All right, so I guess, we have this in front of us, and I'm looking then for a motion to, accept, grant's already been accepted, to accept the grant,
Right, formally.
right, formally. Right.
I'll move for it.
All right,
I'll second.
all right, Severson, motion, Fleming, second, all in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? How much is the grant
Right
for?
around $8,400.
All right, very good. That is approved. Moving forward, anything else with that? Any other comments on that? All right, moving on to item number 9, discussion and possible action amendment to collective bargaining agreement with the deputy sheriffs. Wait,
Yep, so this is bringing the collective bargaining agreement in line with the employee handbook. So it's just adding the vacation days that everybody else is receiving now as well. So sorry, holidays, thank you. If you remember, I believe it was last month that we approved the amendment to the handbook for my non-union staff. Our addendum. And that's just, so the non-union staff got approved for it. Now we're just bringing the collective bargaining agreement in line with the addendum and the employee handbook.
So this is
We're
for
adding the holidays of day after Thanksgiving and Good Friday.
so that's what I'm seeing that's in our packet, sick leave.
Oh,
I mean, they're both in there. It's just,
so there is an adjustment to,
okay, I just didn't.
All the current union contract says is that they will earn per hour, so it's like sick leave is earned at like 0.002175 and we've changed it to,
This
how
format.
it's proposed there, yes.
So this is talking about both
Just clean it.
holiday and sick leave then.
yep,
Yes.
so,
Okay.
yeah, so we're cleaning up that sick leave language in along with adding the holidays.
All right, just want to make sure that's good. All right, any questions on that? Here now, I'll be looking for a motion to accept those changes and push on the county board from Cosgrove, motion from Cosgrove, second from Fleming. Any further discussion?
The wage thing too, you talked about, is that gonna be coming in through that collective bargaining?
The wage thing.
Yeah, you said something about that your deputies are starting to get up there with the new year.
So I guess that's a different issue separate from this. So partly because of the current contract that issue is created, but we won't be able to address that until, and that'll be something that'll have to be addressed in a future budget. So, yeah.
Okay. Further questions for the sheriff on this topic? Hearing none, we have a motion and a second, looking for approval. Everyone approve, say aye. Anyone opposed? Hearing none, that is passed. Item number 10, correspondence. No correspondence. Item number 11, future agenda items. Anybody have a future agenda item they'd like brought up? Hearing none. Item number 12, adjournment. Motion to adjourn from Fleming, second by Stevenson. All in favor, say aye. Thank you very much. I like the timing of that one.
Yeah.
Sure. Got it done in half. All right, we can do this.
Rare, but.
Yes.
Just